Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Factorio. We've had a little break. Let's get back to building our million minions. I'm going to put that one right over into that corner. I'm going to put that one there. And then that one is going to go there. I will run you down like that. And I'll run you out like that. So that will all start producing through. So then that's going to come out through this way, and it's going to start filling that up. It's not going to be quite enough to go into here. See, these two now, they're both empty, but I'm now filling this right up. So having that there completely backed up so that there is no possibility of it running low, that's going to make a little bit of a difference. And that should make sure that everything there is going up the way that it should. Look at these gaps here. Right, I'm going right into my buffer on this. Have a look at that. Oh, no, I'm not. The buffer chest is actually filling up. Right, that's good. We're going into the buffer. But the coal here, I'm actually using up the coal. However, when you look back up through here, you can see that the coal is backed all the way up to there. We're not actually using all of this coal at all. It's backed up. I'm using less coal than you'd think. So what we do with this, in order to make this actually go a little bit better, I'll bring that down. Actually, there's two things that I want to do. I want to run down here. Oh, of course. Right, everything is now being used. Everything's now using coal. Right? Coal is the thing that all of them all the way around are using. We don't have the timber at the moment. And that's fine. It's going to stay like that for a while now. We don't have timber production available. We don't care about that. So what we do care about is making sure that we've got plenty of coal on the belts. So first up, look on here. That coal is only going in on one side. Yeah? And I'm going to keep it like that. Because what I'm going to do up here... Well, I was making sure that it wasn't relying on this being fed in on one side. That's what I've just checked on. Because what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do that, which is immediately put it onto the opposite side of the track by having that turn round. It's a very weird thing that it does. And I'm going to do that so that I'm feeding a double lot in. But then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to make a splitter right there. As soon as it finishes making that. And I'm going to put a splitter down here in the middle. And it's going to fill up, and it's going to fill both tracks with coal. Right? Both sides are going to completely fill up all the way up to the very brim. So I'm going to put that one into there. It's going to go just there like that. And then we're going to go... That one goes up there like that. And then it turns... And it comes down by one more, and then it goes in that way like that. This one here goes in that way like that. That one, actually it can go up one further than that. Right? I get rid of that one. That one goes like that. That one goes there, and then that one goes like that. And that feeds it into both sides. There. So I've now got both sides of this being fed. It's got two fast inserters going into it. That puts me in through to there. Right, and that will fill up both sides of this with coal. Into there. It's going to stuff everything into there. Right, that's going to keep going. And you can see just how fast that this is using up the coal. Right down here, we've got 8 boilers running down here. And they are using up coal at a very, very frightening rate. It gets far faster than you'd think that they would be using it up. You just don't really expect it to be using everything up at this kind of speed, but it does. And it is quite surprising. Just make sure all that comes in nicely. There we go. The outside round it's not going to touch because it always takes off the nearest side. But should we start to run out, it's got a little bit of buffer on the actual belts. That's what I want to feed into there. So then we can go running back up here. For a minute, it's going to empty everything out. Right, up through here. Just for a little bit, it's going to empty everything out and it's going to stuff it all onto that belt right there. Which we're quite happy for it to do. So we've got those running up there. I can always go and harvest a little bit more coal if I want to. But I've actually got plenty, because I've only got those furnaces there running, and I don't need any more than that. We'll double check our buffer zone in here. So that one is full, it's not doing anything. That one there, we've got 200 copper. Right, it's used up 200 copper on our buffer zone of nearly 10,000. Excuse me, 10,000 copper plates is our buffer zone, and it's used up nearly 10,000 copper plates. So we are using the buffer, but we're not using it completely. And we can run down here, and we can just check on this. So you there, these two aren't producing anything. So we might be taking a little bit of iron from the other side. They're not producing very much because the iron ore that's running in is being all used up. And I don't think we're quite stuffing the belt 100% full on here. I think it's leaving just the slightest gap in places on this belt. But I haven't got any more space for any more. Some of our biggest iron production, though, is... Well, some of our biggest usage of the ores that's been done now. We've kind of used up the biggest usage of it. With the research area. Yeah, we're nearly halfway through plastics already. It's not going to take too much longer. And then we'll be able to start... As soon as we've got plastics, we can start... actually manufacturing a few other little bits as well. Because if you look there, well, it gives us plastic bars right there. Have I got the other bit? Oh, I've already got the chemical plants. Excellent. Let's make some chemical plants. We'll make 4 chemical plants so that we've got them in place and ready. So let's just jump down here. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. And then I will go over here, and I will take all of those, another 400 of them. And I will make 1, 2, 3 chemical plants like that. I don't think I want any more just for a minute. Less is more in this particular situation. I don't want too many of them, because it's just going to choke things up and it's going to cause problems for us. So if we don't have too many of them, everything should be all tickety-boo and hunky-dory. We remove that, and that one there, and then let's put down 2 more mining drills, and we'll do that for coal. We'll just mine a bit of the coal that we've got right here, a little area of it right there. I think will be working out quite nicely. That'll allow us to get some more coal, because it is starting to use up the coal up through there, and it would be nice to have a bit more here on the belt. It's filling up one side fairly quickly here, but you can see it's now taking coal off of both sides. Right? There's only one reason for it doing that. Why is it taking it off of both sides? It shouldn't be. It should take it. Oh no, because what it's doing is it doesn't have enough to take. Like, it's not always one available, so it will sometimes grab one off the opposite side instead. We could do with that. Yeah, we got coal on there, but it's not fully backed up enough. I'd rather it backed up a little bit more than that, so we'll come back to that. You're still doing fine with production. There's one mining drill. We'll take that one, and we will go for a little mosey on up this way, and we will drop you down here. So let's go. Put you right in tight there, I think. 57,000. That's one edge of the coal field is right there. One edge of the coal field. Actually, we want to put one there, I think, and then that's another edge of the coal field right there. So that's 2 very outermost edges of the coal field that I've got right there. I'll bring you around like that. I'll put you in there. Okay. And then I go like that. I drop that going. That's going to put it both on the top side. You know, it doesn't really matter where it goes. There's a 15,000 on that one, and that one's got 75,000. And then these guys down here, that's not actually got a lot left. So long as they're running. That's the important thing. So long as they keep running. We got 2 extra mining drills now, producing a bit more, throwing it onto the belts. This is a really good thing because it's going to make sure that... I'm just thinking, maybe I ought to put that onto the underside of the belt. Just to make sure that everything... No, it's not going to make any difference. Not at the moment, anyway. It's not going to make any difference to it whatsoever at the moment. And then these 2 going crazy over here, that extra couple of little bits is just going to be enough to allow a little bit of coal to creep through. And it's also going to speed up the rate at which coal is being fed onto that belt, which is great. So we come back up through here. Those are going absolutely flat out. That's going absolutely flat out. Everything is going absolutely flat out. The only issue that we've got at the moment now, or the slowly developing issue, is this. Starting to eat into this buffer zone. Right? I've got very little left coming through because of the amount of these iron wheels that we're now having to produce. We've got very little spare coming through. But what I can do with that is actually I could turn that one round, because what we're losing some of our iron over this way. Right, we're losing a little bit of it coming over that way. So what we'll do is we will rotate that one and turn it around like that. There. And I will also... Oh no. Right, do that just so that I... See the way that it trembles the... Yeah, that's horrible, isn't it? That's me moving backwards and forwards on the 2 belts. I don't like it doing that. Right, well, we get these 2 furnaces here burning off of the iron that's coming in from this side rather than from over this side, and hopefully that will help to make a little bit of a difference. It should stop anything feeding off from here. I mean, I suppose I could remove that altogether, and this side over here be reserved exclusively for steel production. That might be the better idea, actually. If we take you out altogether, remove you from the process, and I put you up to there like that. So now all of the iron that's coming from here is just going straight up through that way. We're not going to have any extra going anywhere else, and it's going to allow a little bit to come through. We've still got our buffer there, but we're letting a little bit more iron go through, I think, at the moment. I'm looking at this, and I'm sort of thinking, you know what? We still need more iron coming in. I need more coming in up here. I just don't yet have enough. There's absolutely not enough feeding in through onto these belts. So what I want is I want a double layer belt feeding through. I want the iron coming off of here. I want that feeding. I want that moving on to the opposite side. In order to be able to do that properly, right? So that we got this one here running absolutely flat out. Because what do we got on here? We got 15. I haven't actually got any spare whatsoever on there, but it might occasionally. So what we can do is if I do that, and then we need to do it twice. And then that one goes like that. There. There, see, that moves it onto the opposite side of the belt. And so by moving it onto the opposite side of the belt, it ensures that these can definitely run without stopping. Right, there's going to be nothing slowing them down whatsoever. And then I want to have a look around here, and I want to make absolutely certain there is no way that I can get any more iron coming out. I mean, I've got a little bit of iron up there I could possibly try and dig out. Actually, I have got a couple more bits of iron up. We'll go... Let's make 3 of them. Let's make 3 of these, and I'll grab that. I've got 200 plates there. Let's make another one. And we can put a couple of drills up here, and I'm pretty sure I can get one in here somewhere as well, because I can just move that belt down a little bit. So that one will be out of the way, and that means that I can then put more iron ore coming into there. I can take up a fair bit of this. Right, what do we got here? That's going to give me That's only 5,000. Right, if I go along here, I'm picking up copper as well, which we don't want to do. There, I'm only going to get 5,000 if I go on that side. Right there, I get 27,000 iron if I drop that one in there. That one is 17,000 iron. If I move up, I'm picking up copper. That's no good. If I move back one over here, that's going to net me 22. You know, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to drop that one in there. Like that. So I got one there. So there's 2. I bring you up like that. I drop you in there. I bring you along over there like that. And then this one here, if I go up there, that's 5,900 there. If I drop down, that's just 2,000. That's only 700 there. If I move it there, 6,300 on that spot. 9,700. I don't think there's anything under there. No, there isn't. Right, so the ideal situation, the ideal spot would be right there for one more mining drill. That would be the ideal spot for it. So what we want to do is we want to move stuff around so that we can create that ideal spot. If we can put that one in there, that would be great. So we'll remove you first. You know what? It doesn't actually matter keeping that one. I don't have to keep that one going. I can literally just move this one up here and I can do it with that instead. So if I take you... No, I don't need that. Right. Move those belts there. Then take this one first up and go up there like that and bring you along that way and put you down there. Remove that all the way up through here. There, so that's moved out of the way like that. That's coal going on that side. Is it essential? Right, it does actually have to be on that side for that one. So we've got to make sure that it stays doing that. We can do that by putting that down there. Put another one up there. And that will just move along there like that. Right. Take you off of there. That will stay in exactly the same position, and you will go there like that. Right. So we've moved those little bits around. I still want something to go onto there so that we can keep firing this little situation that we've got. I want to keep that one going. So the next little bit that we do is actually going to be... That one's going to go up. It's going to go over that way. Come down, and it's going to go like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take that one. That one's going to go there, and it's going to start feeding itself like that, and then it's going to start doing the rest of it. So then I can remove you. And, alright, let's get the other mining drill in place first. So that one is going to go there. That's 9.7. If I move it up there, it's pulling in onto copper in that one little square. So I want to put that one down there like that. And I realize that this is a absolutely horrible mess. And people have commented and said that this is a terrible, terrible, horrible mess of a base. And yeah, I know it is. I absolutely know it is. But that's because I'm not planning to keep this base anything like this. Not at all. No, I don't want to do that. Right, this base is definitely not staying as a base like this. Right, we're temporarily building over all of the ore at the moment, and it's all going to be shifted. Right, the whole lot is going to be moved. None of it is staying here, so it doesn't really matter that it's absolutely awful and the single worst laid out base you've ever seen in life, because it's not staying like this. It is all going to be moved. Now I need to bring you down this way. Right, yeah, we've only got 3 mining drills on there, so that's fine. I want to make another underground belt right there. I've got a power line there and there. Actually, no, not one there. I want it to be down that side. We'll do it there. And power is joining the rest of it all the way through. So then we can take our belt right there, and I can run it under there like that. And bring that belt down there like that. Okay, that's brilliant. So I've now got 3 more mining drills. Got 27,000 on that one, 17,000 on that one, and 9,700, so almost 10,000 pieces of iron ore on that one there. That's going to scoop all of those up. This one here will greedily take up a little bit of the resources off of this burner mining drill right here. Not that I actually need to be worrying about that one, because that one doesn't have any iron under it. So this little kink on here was completely wasted. So I just need to do that. Empty that one out. Remove you. Right. We didn't need that on there at all. Because that burner mining drill there is now done with, which means you're done with, you're done with, you're done with, and you're done with. Don't need to worry about that at all anymore. I mean, I could just put down another burner mining drill. I'm not going to worry about it. We'll just leave this one going until that 1,500 has been used up. It's kind of like a minor detail at this point. We've got so much other stuff coming in, we just don't need to concern ourselves with it. And I've now got loads of extra iron coming through. It's absolutely crammed full all the way. And it's surprising how much of a difference that has made. Right? I've now crammed everything in there completely full. And it is genuinely going through and it's stuffing everything in. We're still not producing as much iron as I want. I still want to produce more iron, so we're going to be slowly converting out by using more steel furnaces. So I'm going to make 2 more steel furnaces. I'm going to bring those down here, and we'll plonk those in place of those 2 down there. There is our research. Let's go straight to that. We want to keep this moving along as rapidly as possible. So there we go. We've got construction robots. Advanced electronics is available to make already. We got sulfur processing, and we got lubricant so that we can make electric engines and batteries as well. We want the advanced electronics. We will go with, let's go with the lubricant next. That's a nice, quick, easy one so that we can work through that very fast. And then I've got those 2 steel ones there. So we'll put that one and that one in there. That's just going to, it's just going to tweak the speed up a little bit, right? And that's all we want to do each time. Because I want this to keep running. I want this to run nice and fast. But at the same time, there's no point in having it all running dry. So you don't need to, like, kill yourself using up all your resources on stuff that you don't really want. Because those thingies right there, the furnaces and the steel furnaces, we're not going to be using them. Once they're done with, we're not going to be using them again. That's going to be it for them. There won't be anything else for them. Now, how are we doing with this buffer? We're slowly using up the copper. We may have to seriously consider upgrading some of our copper furnaces. We're doing all right for mining at the moment, I think, for copper. We do have a huge buffer on the copper, so we don't need to worry about that for a minute. Let's run down here and take a look, because this is part of what's dealing with the buffer as well. Right, what's consuming the buffer is these right here. I've only got 170 in there. I'm not actually reserving very many of them. And then if we have a look over here, I'll drop in another 50 of them, and you've got plenty. And we've got some bricks in there. Okay, that's doing just fine. Don't need to concern myself with that one. But let's go up this way now, and we can put down a few of these. We made some. There, we now have chemical plants. And we've got various things that we can use. So we got 18,000 petroleum in there. Those are completely full of crude oil. We've got light oil in there, we've got heavy oil in there, and then we've got the petroleum gas in there. And you can see here it's still going through, it's still using it up. You can put various modules in these to speed them up. Best thing to do with oil, right, is with oil here, use production modules. I always use production modules on all of them. The pump jacks, you can put modules onto those as well. And pump jacks, I always put speed modules on them. Alright, just get the stuff out the ground faster. Because it's an infinite resource, it never runs out. Whereas these drills over here, these I put, I don't put speed modules on these, I put production modules on them. Although it does depend entirely on which resource, you know, what map I'm using. If I've got excessive amounts of resources, I hate building over resource patches, I tend to cover everything with speed modules. But we'll get to modules is something that we'll worry about later. We don't need to worry about modules right now. And for anybody that's not familiar with this game, all I'm going to do by talking about modules is just completely confuse you. So just ignore everything I've just said. Pretend I didn't say anything. Right. So look over here. We've already got plastics. So I can make solid fuel, I can make solid fuel, I can make solid fuel, or I can make plastic bars. I want to start making plastic bars. I want to get a head start on making these. I got plenty of petroleum up there. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to take my chemical plants. And we want to build these into a line. I'm going to do it down here. This is probably... all of this will be ripped up and moved as well. Right, ideally I'm thinking this ought to go up there. But, you know, thinking about this, maybe we did ought to move it up here. We'll put it up here. The reason I want to put it up there is because electric mining drills, I want to make more of them. So I need some iron first. Let's run down and get some iron. We'll only have a couple of those. What do we got in here? I've got 194. That's not actually very much. Right, our buffer is slow, and this buffer here with the coal, see, that's filled up quite nicely now. This is doing well. This is what we want. So that one's doing very nicely there, and this buffer over here, this buffer is actually... we are using it up, but it's not using up as fast as it was. So there, I'll take a whole load of those, and I will start making, yeah, I'm going to make another 5 electric mining. You can never have too many mining drills, right? When you get later on, you make hundreds of them. You really do. You make hundreds and hundreds of them. So I'm going to do another coal mining operation right there, which is why I was thinking actually it'd be a good idea if we do put the chemical plants up here. So we're going to put the 4 chemical plants that we've got to start with, and we're going to put them right here in this little area. And I think 4 will be sufficient, just to start off with. I'm not going to want, like, too many of them. Probably 2 would be enough just to start off with. I don't think I need much more than that, but we'll go with 4. And that way we've got a little bit of redundancy on the chemical plant line. And this is where we're going to make plastics. So all you need is petroleum and you need coal in order to be able to do this. We're probably going to want more chemical plants because we're going to need to be balancing out the materials that we're using. And you use up the petroleum, you're going to start running out of space for heavy oil and light oil. And you don't really want that. Right, let's start with this. We'll go... oh, I want to bring it down, I think, don't I? No, we'll go up like that. And I'm just going to join those together like that. I'm not going to put any gap in the pipes either. I am literally just going to do that. Well, folks, Rome wasn't built in a day, and 1 million minions are not going to be built in a single episode. We've run out of time, so if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.